everybody doing today? Today's Thursday. I didn't make a video yesterday. I was a little bit tired from work and stuff. I said I'm trying to make as many videos as I can, but sometimes it's just like, tired. So now I wanted to talk today about this this Durtrax buggy, which you guys been seeing me mess with a little bit. I still got to get it back outside and get like a real good tune on it because it was running really lean. And one of the reasons that it's kind of difficult to tune is that it's kind of like a Frankenstein car. Pretty much it has parts from like Red Cat Earthquake 3.5. This is the motor for it right here, 0.21 C motor, 21 C motor right there. Okay, this is right at an Earthquake. Okay, now this this head is off the Earthquake. This carburetor is off of the Earthquake. Okay, so I have the head from the Earthquake on this motor. I have the carburetor from the Earthquake, and the high speed and low speed needle, or that all comes together in the carburetor. Now I got the original carburetor that came with this thing right here, so we can do like a little comparison. I can show you what the difference is. Now what I want to show you with this motor is that we have this, which this is the head to the buggy that came with it, and this sits inside here like this. Okay, so what happens is when you bolt the motor together, that is supposed to go inside the sleeve. Okay, now you can see this 0.21 has a smaller diameter inlet than this thing right here, where the glow plug screws into. So this won't fit opposite. Like I can't take a head off of 27 and put it on a 21, but it did work the other way around. So I have a 0.21 size head, and the insert that goes into the block over here. The insert that goes into the block right here. I have a 0.21 one of these on the truck, and I'm going to take the head off so I can show you what it looks like. But the cool part is these 4 holes here that line up with these 4 holes here line up from the 21 all the way up to the 27. As far as I know, these 4 holes are the same spacing apart. So as far as the cooling head goes for the 21, I used the 0.21 cooling head from the Earthquake because this piece here that the glow plug screws into fits perfectly in that cooling head. But this part, this part that goes into the cylinder right here is smaller. It's like more narrow. It's made for this engine, so it's smaller around. Okay, and it fits in there because it's smaller, but it lines up correctly because the head that I have on there, the actual cooling part, holds it in place, like as this one would hold this in place. So even though the one I have on there is smaller, it lines up perfectly because the 4 holes keep everything centered. Now this motor shouldn't, in my opinion, if someone came up to me and they said, "Oh, I got a 0.21 parts and I got a 0.27 motor, you think it'll work?" I would say, I don't think so, But what happened here is I already bought this car sight on, like I seen pictures of it, but I bought it as is, and I was like, you know, the part that the glow plug screws into this part is stripped out and doesn't hold a glow plug, so like there's no cylinder pressure, there's nothing going on. So I was like, you know, what can I do? Do I replace the whole motor and get it like a Dynamite 28, put it in there, and you know, that would be awesome, but that's like $120. Okay, now I had this earthquake in my shed because every time I fixed it, something else went wrong. Okay, I fixed multiple pull starts, and the pull starts kept breaking. Then I fixed the clutch, and then the spur gear stripped out on it, and it was like ever since day one that truck did nothing but give me headaches, to be honest with you, because I actually like Red Cat because it was like more affordable. I could afford to get it. You know, it was like, okay, it's not like $700-800. You know, it's like I forget what I paid for my earthquake, but I bought it brand new off of Tower Hobbies, and I thought, oh man, when I pulled it out of the box, I was like, man, this is freaking awesome. This is great. Oh man, this is like the best thing I've ever seen. I was like looking at it on the table. I was like, man, this thing is freaking huge. I'm gonna have so much fun with this. I took it outside. I put 4 AA batteries in there, and I was doing. I didn't know anything about breaking it in or anything, because it was like the first nitro I had in like probably 10, 15, almost 20 years or something, and I was just like, you know, happy as can be. And I started driving it around. You know, I was actually gonna break it in. I watched a few videos how to break it in, and I was idling a tank through it. And my neighbor comes out. He's like, "Just drive it around. Just drive around. It'll be fine. It'll be fine." Right? And I'm doing like circles in the parking lot, and I go full steer, and I push full gas. I'm trying to do a donut, and then I let go, and it was still donutting when I let go, with brand new AA batteries in there. So I didn't know what was going on, so then I kept like messing with it a little bit. I was just still driving it around and stuff, and it turned into a runaway and ran under somebody's car that was parked in the parking lot, and like totally crashed the body up and broke a bunch of stuff on it. And yeah, that was the fastest money I ever spent, was when that thing smashed itself to pieces. But then I still didn't give up on it. I bodged it back together. I'm like the master bodger, so I bodged the thing back together, and I like used wire to hold the shock towers together, and super glue, and like really thick wire to like wire the shock tower back together to the point where I could drive it, because I bought the thing to drive. I didn't buy 100 of them, and then I drive one every once in a while. I don't like. I like, if I'm gonna spend money on it, I want to be able to use it. You know, I don't want to. Like, it's nice to have stuff to keep nice too. I'm not gonna lie. It's nice to have like shelf queen stuff. Like, I'd like to have 2 of everything, so that I can drive one, and then, you know, I can have another one for keeping nice and having in a box or on the shelf or whatever. You know, that'd be nice, but I'm still paying my house off and stuff, so I haven't quite got to that level yet. But so that's the goal, anyways. But the point of the story is that earthquake was problems, and I learned after it was pretty destroyed and stuff that I shouldn't use AA's for the truck, because it's not really if you're trying to keep your stuff or you're not trying to crash it, I wouldn't do it. I'd just get a hump pack, you know, and put a hump pack in there and call it a day, because a hump pack has plenty enough power to power everything in there, and you know it's fully charged every time you leave your house. You fully charge it up, and Yeah, and then you know that it's not going to turn into a runaway because the batteries went dead. Something so stupid like that's going to cost you a couple $100, or hurt somebody because it runs into somebody, or it's destroyed because it ran across the road and got run over, or damaged somebody's car, or whatever. I just realized it's not worth it to be cheap. Okay. In this hobby. I like to be, I'm still cheap. Don't get me wrong. I bought this buggy with the Rustler for $200 for both of them, but they were like, I had no clue what condition they were in. So I'm cheap, but when it comes to certain things, you got to make sure that you have the right stuff. Like this controller right here, this GT3 controller is like the best investment you could make, because you can adjust your endpoints. You can like, if a servo is pushing too far on your throttle linkage, you can turn down how far it's pushing. You can adjust so many things, and you have 3 channels, and it's like $50 or whatever, and you can put it in an old RC and make it operational again for $50, and you have all these other things, like you have multiple settings. Like I don't have batteries in it right now because I took them out for the Losi, but you can program 10 different models, and it saves every model's memory. Plus, on top of that, it tells you the voltage in the remote itself. Now, me personally, I'm going to show you something. I only run rechargeable batteries in my stuff because I don't want runaways, because I don't have money to throw away and buy new stuff because I had dead batteries. So I only run rechargeable batteries in my remotes, so that and this remote tells me the voltage. So when the voltage is low, I recharge it, and it's like a solid investment. You spend $10-20 on rechargeable batteries, and it'll pay for itself, because you won't have to buy more batteries, and you won't be worried about your car turning into a runaway because of something stupid like batteries. And yeah, it's pretty much like, that's just some of my advice because of experience of having a few cars destroyed because of batteries. Like, I had my first Nitro was a Tamiya, I forget the exact model, but I got it when I was like 15, and it was a Nitro. It was a Tamiya Nitro on-road car, and that thing was great. I didn't know anything about tuning. I didn't even know tuning, you had to tune it. I had RC car magazines. I worked at a supermarket, and I would go to the magazine aisle every single day and go through the magazines. So, I really wanted to get into the hobby. I was like, I really wanted to get into it. And then my mom got me to, she gave me enough money to go buy one year. And it was like, she said, go ahead, go to the hobby store and go get your little car thing. And I was like, are you kidding me? So I brought the thing home. I knew nothing about RCs. This is my first hobby grade RC car was a Nitro. Okay, it was not electric, it was a Nitro. And I brought it home. I put batteries in it, in the car part, and I put batteries in the remote, and I took it outside. I drove the thing for I'd say like a week straight, and I had no issues. I never had to touch no needles, nothing. The thing was super fast. It ran super rich, and it was super fast right from the factory. And then like a week later, I knew nothing about, oh yeah, let's keep changing the batteries in the car or anything. I knew nothing about the hobby. Nobody was showing me anything. I don't think there was even YouTube yet, and if there was, I didn't have access to it. So I was running the car in my back parking lot, and it was an apartment building, and there was a metal dumpster at the end of the parking lot. and I was doing like a speed passes back and forth long ways in the parking lot, and I remember I was doing a speed pass and I went for the brakes, and the car just kept running full speed right into the freaking dumpster, and it totally like smashed a lot of parts. And at that time, I knew nothing about like getting more parts or anything. But I was a tinkerer, so instead of like putting it back in the box and like keeping it and going to get parts for it, I kind of like took it apart because, you know, at the time I was still young, and I didn't know that I should have kept it in one piece, you know, and I took it apart, and then my mom like threw out some of the pieces, and then it ended up getting put in a closet, and we moved, and I never like found it again. So that's what happened to my first Nitro. It turned into a runaway. It destroyed itself, and yeah. So don't run double A's, and if you do, if you want to run double A's, cool. Get some rechargeable ones. They're $5.50 for 2 AA batteries at Dollar General where I am. So get a few AA's, and with the charger it's $11 for 2 AA's with the charger. So you get 2 AA's, and then you get another pack to go. So you're gonna spend $15-18, and you're not gonna have to worry about your stuff turning into a runaway, because you can charge those AA's every time you leave if you don't want to get a hump pack. So I know I've been rambling on forever, but I figured it was a story worth telling you guys, because that's my experience with Nitros. Like, I had my Earthquake destroyed because of AA batteries, and I had my my Tamiya destroyed because of AA batteries, and then I finished destroying the Tamiya because I took it apart and lost it. So, you know, if I would have known what I know now, I would have still had that car, you know, and you know, that's what it is. So if you guys are still interested, I'm gonna take this head off of this dirt tracks here real quick on camera with you guys. Like I said, I wanted to do live streams, but I don't have a laptop, and from what I'm reading is, if I have under 1,000 subscribers, I need a laptop and some streaming software. Otherwise, I need 1,000 subscribers to use my mobile device, because I don't have a laptop yet. So I'm just making these videos using my phone, and I want to keep making them for you guys, and I would love to do a live stream with you guys one day. So hopefully we're able to do that. You know, I know I had made a post, and I said, if I get 50 subscribers, I can make a live stream, because that's what I had understood from what I read. And then it says you need a webcam and a laptop and stuff with software. So I'm not quite there yet, and Christmas is